Hi, good morning, all of you. This is Swati Hotkar. We'll start with the technical first. Today, the market is likely to open with a gap down because as the SGX is trading almost 70-80 points on lower sides, I believe our indices, that is Nifty, is going to start up today's trade with at around 17,370 levels probably. Yesterday, we have seen a very much fall into the Nifty and the Bank Nifty as well. Nifty has just broke down the important support level of 50 days moving average yesterday, and we have seen that the Nifty was traded below that level on the closing basis, which gives a cautious sign as of now. There is an interesting observation on the Nifty chart that from the last 18 months, which we have seen a bull run rally, Nifty is taking a strong support of 100-day moving average. Last time, by September 2020, we have seen that the firstly Nifty has taken a support of 100-day moving average, and after that, within the 7 months, we have seen a new high into the market. Again, after 7 months, we have seen that the Nifty has finally taken a support of 100 days moving average in a very good way. And we have seen that this is the third time that the Nifty is planning to take a support of 100-day moving average, which comes to at around 17,040 levels. So I believe if we look towards the past history data, as the Nifty takes a support of 100-day moving average, then we are likely to see extension of this fall towards minimum at around 17,000 psychological mark. And from there onwards, again, we might see some pullback rally into the Nifty. As of now, the Nifty is trading at 17,400 level. For the today's intraday level, the first support is placed at 17,340. If it's break that level, then again some selling pressure is likely to be intensified, which might take a Nifty towards 17,270 to 17,200 levels. I believe that the overall view will remain a cautious as long as Nifty trades below 17,600 to 17,800 level. Those are the swing resistance levels. So as long as it's trading below that level, the view will remain a cautious on the Nifty. Bank Nifty, yesterday it has just broke its 100-day moving average, which was coming at around 37,090 levels, but somehow it manages to maintain a closing above that level. But looking towards the global market, I believe that the weakness is likely to be sustained into our market as well. So the Bank Nifty may continue its correction towards 35,720 levels, which is the strong support provided by its averages. So I believe that 35,720 targets can be seen into the coming trading sessions. But for the today intraday purpose, the first support is placed at 36,900. Below that level, the selling pressure is likely to be intensified, which might take a Bank Nifty towards 36,600 to 36,400 levels. Whereas on the higher side, 37,300 will be the first resistance level. Above that level, 37,400 and 500 levels can be seen on the higher sides. Coming towards the Nifty financials, yes, on a daily chart, we have seen a technical observation that is a pattern. The particular indices has been formed, that is a head and shoulder pattern. And yesterday it has given a breakdown of that particular neckline. And that's why we have seen a correction of almost 2.5% on the intraday basis. The neckline, which was coming at around 18,300 to 400 levels on the Nifty Financial Service Indices. Yesterday, it has just maintained a closing below the same level, which gives a cautious sign. Now, the rally is likely to be extended. I mean, the downside rally is likely to be extended towards 17,600 to 17,700 minimum levels on the downside. But for the today intraday purpose, the first support is placed at 18,000 level. If it's break that level, then 17,800 and 17,700 levels can be seen. Whereas on higher side, for the today intraday, 18,200 will be the first resistance level. Above that level, 18,400 levels can be seen. The view will remain cautious as long as this particular indices trades below 18,500. If it's maintain a positive closing above 18,500 level, at least for 1 to 2 trading session, then only we can see some fresh buying into this particular counter. Till the time the view will remain cautious, I would like to advise all the investors and traders to remain a light on the all the long positions as long as the indices sustains near the support levels, then we can initiate a long buy calls. But at the current level, avoid the major long positions. If you're having any, then please hold this particular long positions with the strict stop losses. That's it from my end. I requested with you guys to take a call forward.
Yeah, thank you, Swati. See, on the derivative front, as I said yesterday as well, see, open interest terms of Nifty, the open interest isn't that high. So, the selling should pretty much stop going forward. But where is the one question which is very important? The cost of carry is, average. The PCR is in the oversold zone. It is at 0.70 odd, which is highly oversold. Also, the VIX, up till now, the VIX had come down below the 15 levels, but now with the yesterday's move, now the VIX has really risen and it has come to 18 levels again, which is one sign of worry. So, going forward, even though other indicators are still positive, the VIX needs to be tracked quite closely. Once that cools off, you will see, the buying coming in again. But at this point of time, the next nearest support for Nifty is around 17,300, then followed by 17,000. 17,000 has the highest open interest amongst puts. So there is a possibility that in the trading sessions going forward, there can be a chance where 17,100, 17,000 odd levels may be retested. So look out for the same. However, looking at the banking index, the bank Nifty doesn't seem that negative, while open interest has turned positive there. So that is one area where Nifty will find good support from. So bank Nifty can probably again bounce back to 38,000 odd levels. Um, Looking at the stock specific front, not many real stocks witnessed buying yesterday, but the only two exceptions really were Bharti Airtel and Vedanta Bharti. As I've been saying from last quite a long time, the Bharti open interest has turned positive from the last 3 to 4 months, and that is sustaining. So the rollovers, positive rollovers are happening in Bharti. Price is sustaining, open interest is sustaining. So overall, looking at this stock, I believe it is likely to move up further, go up toward the 800 odd levels. We've even given this in the Diwali picks as well. So we believe this stock is likely to move up. So on any dip, this is one stock which should be added. The second one, Vedanta witnessed good buying in yesterday's session. In the previous session, it was 10% down, but open interest. First of all, the shorts were covered, and then positive open interest was added. So Vedanta also seems to have attracted good long positions in the last trading session. One can go ahead and buy the stock as well. 315 is a good support area on a closing basis. Until that is broken, one can hold longs for a target of about 350. That's it from my side. I like to ask the fundamental team to take over, please.
Yeah, I'll take a first. You had listened to the view of technical and derivative people. What we see that why the market is correcting so sharply in last few days and underperforming the world market. We feel there are quite a few reasons for that. We had said earlier that these quarter results were not so great and were not attractive, and as such, market should see some profit booking or sideways movement. So we are seeing that one of the reason was that, and another is a large IPO which came and that generally dampened the sentiment in the market, and that has put down the market. But apart from all this, there is one more reasons which is dragging the market. That is the fear of the implementation of a new margin rule, which is getting implemented from 1st December, and wherein all the trade will need to have a cash margin of 50%. So that is leading to some type of fear and liquidation of positions in the market. So we feel these are the reasons, and the reasons are not so like one time. It can the fundamental reason, that is the results are likely to remain subdued even in the third quarter. So there is not giving any indication that the market will run up from here. Though post large correction, there could be some bounce back, but one should be careful in those bounce back and should reduce the positions. Apart from that, we are seeing some. Uh, we had seen yesterday that the US market remained sideways, but Nasdaq came down. That is mainly because of fear about increasing bond yield, and that has brought down the Nasdaq. Apart from that, Joe Biden has confirmed that the current Fed chairman, that is Powell, will continue in the coming period. That acted a bit positive in during the early hour, but post that there was some profit booking over there also. Apart from that, if we see Asian markets, the Asian markets are showing mixed trend. They are either flattish or declining. And in commodity, we are seeing some bounce back happening. Iron ore is up by around 10% today. But apart from that, other commodities are marginally up. Aluminium is up by around 0.43%. Copper is up by around 1%, and steel is up by around 0.5%. So mixed reaction from international market, and domestic, we are seeing continuation of pressure. So now I'll request Jan or anyone can take up from here.
Yeah. So continuing with the commodity where sir left, crude oil continued to decline. It is now at $79 below 80. So this is mainly because of two factors in the near term. There is a growing talk that United States, Japan, and India will release crude oil reserves. And second reason is the threat of demand faltering because of COVID-19 cases flaring up in Europe. Also in the US, the home sales continue to remain strong for the month of October, and real estate market over there remains buoyant. On company side, the CEO and CFO of Bharat Financial Inclusion, the microfinance subsidiary of IndusInd Bank, both of them have joined Spandana Spurti. So this is sentimentally negative for IndusInd Bank, because in a recent con call to clarify investor concerns for the microfinance book, management had said that they do not anticipate any such sort of exit of top management at Bharat Financial. So this can be taken negatively by the market. Also, there is news on two-wheeler industry that production may come down in November, as manufacturers and dealers are sitting on a huge inventory because of weak demand during the festive period. And production schedules of the two-wheeler makers suggest that there can be a 20 to 35% fall in output compared to their earlier plans. So the situation may continue this way in December as well, and cause the two-wheeler market to in fact shrink in the whole of FY22. So if this happens, this will be the third consecutive year where the two-wheeler industry volumes decline. Again, here there will be negative bias for the two-wheeler OEMs. Thank you.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Latent View Analytics, a pure play analytics service company in India, is getting listed today. And Q1 FY22, the company had recorded a sales growth of 20.3% year on year, which indicated some kind of recovery. Even EBITDA margins of the company grew higher in FY19 and stood at 35%, which indicates the company's strategy of focusing on margin accretive clients is playing well. FCFF of the company stands positive, and ROE stands at around 20.9%. At the upper price band of rupees 197, Latent Analytics was offered at a PE of 43.7 times annualized Q1 FY22 earnings, which we felt it is attractive, and we had recommended a subscribe to the issue. Thank you.
Yeah, I will take up just update on Everest Kanto Cylinder, which held a con call yesterday. So company has said that they will be adding 4 lakh brownfield, 4 lakh cylinders, brownfield capacity over and above the earlier announced 2 lakh greenfield capacity for cylinders. So this gives a strong growth visibility starting Q3 of FY23. So growth for next 2-3 quarters should be around quarter on quarter growth should be low, but we think market will focus more on what numbers can be for FY23 and beyond. And opportunity seems to be huge for this business of manufacturing cylinders, mainly driven by demand from CNG side, which is the automobiles industry. And the company has a 50% market share, so we believe it will be the main beneficiary of this industry tailwind. So we remain positive over here, and stock remains attractive and cheaply valued. Thank you.
So that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.